Ever hear this expression? When the going gets tough, the tough go shopping. Shopping, that all-purpose escape. But now it's taking a different form. The hottest thing these days is shopping not by foot, not by catalog, not by the yellow pages, but by television. And leading the way is the Home Shopping Network. If you haven't seen it or done it, just pull that easy chair closer to the television set. For John Stossel is going to show you how to plunge right in to America's newest phenomenon.
The headquarters of this hot new television network were not what I expected. We go to beautiful Clearwater, Florida. But the directions lead you to this ordinary-looking shopping mall. Go inside, and you pass through a long, dreary hallway. At the end of it is an unmarked door. Open that, and suddenly you're in the strangest TV studio I've ever seen. Hundreds of people at computers, all talking at once and ringing bells.
As once again, live from Tampa Bay, Florida, it's the Home Shopping Club, America's original live discount shop-at-home TV service.
Cameras that move by themselves focus on hosts who never seem to stop talking.
It's adjustable. Lady said, you know, she thought she was going to have trouble with her cat. She doesn't have any trouble at all.
It looks a lot like a new game show, but they're not giving anything away here. What this is about is selling. And I mean non-stop selling. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Cyclonic Deluxe Food Processor.
It is black. That is a waterproof unit.
$16, and you have this coffee maker.
These pitches are broadcast live over cable networks and UHF TV stations across the country.
Dial in right now, 1-800-472-2222.
Viewers who want to buy, call the toll-free number. That connects them to one of the operators sitting in the studio.
And that's for one of the 16-inch porcelain dolls?
They take your order, and the computer immediately tells the warehouse to ship the product out. Sometimes when people call, their calls are sent directly to the host, who talks to you live on TV.
Hi, this is Susan. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
I'm just doing great. How are you?
The customers who call, therefore, often end up helping the host sell. Their testimonials are probably more convincing than a commercial would be.
I think it's great. I work in a retail store, and I get all my gold at 60% off, and these prices are even better than what I get them for.
When the operators get good testimonials, they tell the host this way. If the testimonials don't get you to buy, maybe the pressure will. On Home Shopping Network, you cannot just order when you feel like it. You can buy that item only now, while it's being shown on the screen.
And after that clock stops, no more orders, no more calls.
Personally, I find watching this stuff unbearable.
Ooh, ew, ooh. If your line is ringing, you just hold on because an operator will be with you soon.
The hosts show unrelenting enthusiasm. Yet all this really is hour after hour of commercials. Who could be watching? Well, apparently there are lots of serious bargain hunters out there. And the operators who listen to the callers say it's mostly housewives, retired people, and lonely people.
People watch on an average of 8 to 10 hours a day. People
They sit in front of their screen watching for bargains for 10 hours?
They most certainly do. They go from room to room, and we're on in every room.
They have their big TV set in their living room watching their soap operas, and then they have their small one watching Home Shopping, and they're ordering at the same time they're watching, you know, Days of Our Lives or whatever.
Meet Georgianne Carroll. She keeps the set tuned to Home Shopping Network hours every day. When she goes to the pool, she watches the portable TV and keeps a cordless phone handy so she won't miss any bargains. And what has she bought? Well, most of her jewelry's from the Home Shopping Club. And in the house, everywhere, there are plates, statues, baskets.
All bought through Home Shopping.
Home Shopping, right. This I like. It's a little music box. And I ordered it out standing in the pool. I really did. And the clock, another piece of Captain Money. I have 26 pieces of Captain Money, incidentally.
All from
Well, I'm
there?
a collector, yeah. I've learned to be a collector from watching Home Shopping. Over here, I've got a touch and go lamp. Any place you touch it on the metal, it goes.
Very nice.
Isn't that great? I've got 3 of these.
Every surface in this house has a knick-knack.
I know. But I think it looks pretty. It makes the house a home, I think.
How much have you spent in the last 10 months?
About $7,000.
$7,000?
Damn, that's a lot of money, I know, but 22 and a half years, I worked as the legal secretary for one attorney, and I worked hard. And now I'm just living it up. I'm really enjoying life.
Investors in Home Shopping Network are enjoying themselves, too. 7 months ago, the company's stock was first offered to the public at $18 a share. That same day, it rose to $42 a share. Today, that share of stock is worth about $120. That's made Bud Paxson rich, and I guess he deserves it, since all this was his idea.
Television's always had the responsibility of doing one thing, getting somebody up out of their chair, into the car, go out and buy a product or a service. And what home shopping does is get rid of that middle step.
Did you ever think it would be this successful?
No.
If you'd come to me and said, Stossel, I want you to invest in 24-hour home shopping, I would have said, this is crazy. People are not going to watch this.
Fortunately, when we started, I only needed to find one guy, and I found him, and my partner, Roy Spear.
I'm the one where the buck stops, but Bud and I run the operation. We run it jointly. We don't agree, we sit down, we talk it out. We still don't agree, I win.
Roy Spear is the money man, a wealthy real estate developer and former Florida Attorney General. 10 years ago, he and Paxson were losing money on their first radio station. Now they ride around in their limousine and talk about how many more millions they'll make next year.
You don't know that you're going to buy something before you buy it. That's fun, and that's exciting. But that's the power of a bargain. It convinces you, I need this.
But is the merchandise really the bargain they make it out to be?
$104.25.
When they announce a price, the computer operators ring bells to celebrate how great the price is, and they always quote a so-called retail price that's much higher.
But are these prices real? Well, we made some comparisons. It's not easy to compare because they seldom list model numbers, but when we could compare, we found that many so-called retail prices are suspect. For example, Home Shopping says this water filter retails for $29.99, but we found it at Macy's for $15. Home Shopping says this tiny color TV set retails for $539, but when we called the manufacturer, they said the retail price is $398. I asked Paxson about this.
Every retail price that we show on the screen has a source. The prices that we put there as retail are being sold somewhere in America at that price.
And the more important point is that the sale prices they quote really are bargains. Every item we were able to check was a bargain. For example, this laptop computer retails for $995. Home Shopping sells it for $222. We brought some Home Shopping jewelry to jewelry stores. All the stores said Home Shopping's prices were great. One jeweler said he couldn't believe they sell it for so little. For example, this necklace, which Home Shopping sells for $221, the store said they wouldn't sell it for less than $600. How can they sell things so cheaply? Well, low overhead helps. They don't have to pay lots of salespeople. They don't have to open stores all over the country. 3 warehouses do all the shipping. And they run a tight ship here. They watch the workers carefully. Every time one goes in or out of the jewelry packing room, she's checked electronically for stolen merchandise.
That was my badge.
Employees here have to take a polygraph test every 30 days.
Have you stolen any merchandise or property from this company?
No.
But the main reason that they sell cheap is because they buy cheap. They can buy cheap because they buy so much. Much of the merchandise comes from closeouts. They buy what other companies cannot sell. You can get good prices buying stuff that other people don't want. In private, Spear calls some of the merchandise junk. His partner has another description.
Everything you didn't know you wanted, available quickly.
And if you don't like the product, don't worry, just return it within 30 days. 8% of the buyers do.
We get waffle irons back with waffles in them. You know, we get coffee pots back with coffee grains in them. They've used it, they don't like it, they send it back. We don't care.
He doesn't care because he's making so much money on the products that are not returned. All this success has caught the attention of other companies. Some 20 other companies say they are now starting home shopping shows of their own. Financial News Network has a shopping show called Tell Shop. Another company called STN has slick sets and celebrity hosts like Pat Boone and Beverly Sassoon sell its merchandise.
And speaking of bargains,
Look.
thank you, Jeeves.
Even Playboy has a shopping show of its own.
Supposed to sell.
To fight the competition, Home Shopping opened a second network, Home Shopping Network 2. They didn't even build a new building for it. They just moved into the next room. This operation sells trendier merchandise that's supposed to appeal to richer viewers. Did you ever think it would be this successful?
Yep. I don't think you've seen anything yet. I think you're just looking at the tip of the iceberg. Next year, you'll probably see we'll do $1 billion in that area.
Now, most of you watching 2020 tonight can't get Home Shopping Network. It's not in every market. It's not on every cable system. It's only a year and a half old, after all. But chances are that by next year, you will have it, because it's growing that fast.
Today, the 3 warehouses are working overtime to get the products out.
Been waiting for you. Oh, you got lots of goodies for me today.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Georgianne says there really isn't any more room in her house for more home shopping purchases, but she cannot stop. She says she's still watching and buying.
Like today, they had a little bear there with a little Santa Claus hat on, a little red ribbon, and you punch his paws and he plays Christmas songs.
Did you buy it?
Oh, yeah. He was only $11.50.
Wow, John. This kind of program is going to infect all broadcasting, I understand.
I think so. Now it's mostly just cable, but it'll be on local stations. Bigger companies are getting involved. Sears, JCPenney. It'll be a network television, prime time. I'm sure it'll replace all my favorite shows.
If it comes to that, I'd like to be the first on a major network with this pen, which I'm sure you would
Yes,
find
yes, I'll give you 40 cents for one and 2 for 90 cents.
2 for $1.
2 for $1.
Send the checks to me, please.
Oh, my. Well, next, on a much more serious note, for the first time, the untold